Hi, Gemini, how are you? So I'm here to do our third party energy reading. We're going to take a look at you and your person. We're going to take a look at what's going on with your person and the third party, what the energy is there and the situation. And we're also going to take a look at what they would want to say to you, but maybe they're not speaking to you, or maybe they're just hiding that. It's something they're not ready to tell you. Okay, so let's see. And we will also find out the best way for you to proceed in the situation. So thank you for being here with me. I'm Molly. Anything you might need to know is down in the description box, and you can always feel free to leave a comment. I will respond to everyone. So let's get right into this, Gemini. Pull some cards for you and your person, and we'll go from there. All right. Hope everyone's having a good day. Let us see where we're at, Gemini. So you and your person, you have the High Priestess reversed. So these secrets coming out. Maybe dealing with the Pisces. That's Pisces energy there on the board. You do have the Five of Wands reversed, okay? You may be in a long distance relationship, or there's distance otherwise. Maybe that's emotionally and not just physically. It could be both. You do have the Death card. You may be dealing with a Scorpio energy here with the Death card. This also talks about an ending, and sometimes an ending that absolutely needed to happen. Doesn't mean we can't bring things back to life, but sometimes it's good to, clear everything out and then start again later on. We do have the Wheel of Fortune reversed. That's Sagittarius energy. So the Wheel of Fortune reversed does talk about things going against you. Sometimes it's all about what you put out getting back, and that's certainly not to blame you, Gemini, for the situation, but it could have been that you're looking for something. You know how they say if you're looking for trouble, you're going to find it. So this is like I said, the secret's coming out, and there are some things that should be private between couples, but maybe you're borrowing trouble or you borrowed trouble. We have the King of Cups reversed here. Signifying your person. Again, I've got Pisces energy, I've got Scorpio energy, but you could be dealing with any sign. You certainly could be dealing with one of the fixed signs: Taurus, Leo, Aquarius, and Scorpio again. King of Cups is again a water sign man. Scorpio, Pisces, Cancer, doesn't have to be. And he's the one who has third party energies. He doesn't have his emotions under control. He's not emotionally available. So it's easier for him to kind of have that buffer zone where it's like, oh, I have this other person, so I'm not overly invested, so I don't get my feelings too hurt if things don't work out with my original person. And that Gemini may very well be where you're not on the same page. You don't do things like that. Well, they do. They feel they need to really protect themselves, okay? And if they were more open, or even if you're not speaking right now, this is what they would say to you. And then we'll go on and we'll look at the energy between the two of them. What's going on right now with them and this third party? Okay, so let us see. We have, I know I messed everything up. Perfect. At least they have clarity on that, because what I was going to say in addition, but our King of Cups reversed. When you have the King of Cups reversed and he's not emotionally available, and he takes that to the point of, I've got to have a backup plan here. Got to have that backup plan. What you're doing is you're guaranteeing that the relationship isn't going to work. You're bringing your own fear about, you're manifesting your fear. I'm afraid it's not going to work out with Gemini, so let me do this over here so I have a soft place to land. But you're going to need that soft place to land because you're sabotaging the relationship, okay? I know I messed everything up. At least they're aware of that. I think there's a lot of guilt here. Okay, so Gemini, your person feels bad about where things are at. These secrets came out, and now I'm embarrassed. Now I feel bad. Now you know I'm not the good person you thought I was. Now, what's going on the other side? Interestingly enough, we have the Page of Wands reversed. The Page of Wands is someone who's heartbroken. So I think they're heartbroken over being in such a bad state in their relationship with you, Gemini. And I also think the third party is heartbroken as well, because they know that they're not this person's first choice. This is a backup plan. That's what's happening here. You do have the Ace of Swords reversed. So they don't understand each other. This is a lack of understanding. if you guys are not on the same page only because you operate from integrity and they do not, these two are also not on the same page because they're not understanding each other. It's like they're speaking two different languages. We do also have the Four of Swords. Four of Swords is flatline, no movement, people not feeling well, so they don't have the energy to bring things around. It's not a bad card. It's a card where we're going to take a step back so that we can be peaceful, because as things stand right now together, we're heartbroken. We don't understand each other. This is not working. So let's take a step back from it, because it's making me really upset to be so involved with you. Okay? You have the Queen of Swords reversed. So this is the female, most likely, doesn't have to be, in the third party situation, just saying no to something. I'm done doing this. I don't give you permission. I don't want this. We need to take a break. So it's absolutely not working between your person and the third party. And we have the Temperance reverse. To me, right away, that indicates they're not sleeping together, which is good. Where a couple is at sexually does tell you a lot about what's going on in the connection. Now, granted, from this, it looks like they're not sleeping with you either. But that's okay, because the separation is there. The secrets came out, and it's like, I'm getting, how dare you? Like, how could you do this? Why, when I know you're crazy in love with me, you're going and dealing with this third person? And it's why I know I messed up everything. I know I handled this wrong. I can't go all in with you because I can't be that vulnerable and have my heart broken. So I'm setting it up that it's not going to work between you and I. That way I control the heartbreak. And Gemini is going, God, you're an idiot. You are an idiot, is what I'm hearing. It's not an idiot. It's just someone who has that compulsion to behave that way and can't really control themselves, because they're not emotionally available, and they're coming from that wounded energy. If I cannot be alone, I have to have backup plans in another person. And the other person's like, yeah, I don't want to be a backup plan. And your person, Gemini, is like, well, too bad. We're on different pages. We don't understand each other, because I don't want you. I actually want Gemini. So this is a little bit of a mess. I would say, it seems, Gemini, you picked a weak person. And this King of Cups needs to, heal himself on some level, and then maybe we can proceed from there. Let's just see what your best course of action is, what the advice is. And I would start here. I know I messed everything up. Okay, so at least they have that self-awareness. They know that they don't operate correctly. They're not exactly a relationship type of person. So do you want to get on the same page with me or not? I am a relationship type person, so we need to find that common meeting ground, or we need to dead this thing and just go our separate ways. Okay, so what do we do, Gemini? You have the King of Wands reversed, the arrogance. Interesting. We have the Ten of Wands reversed. This is a separation, but it's also an indication that the goal is in sight, whatever you choose the goal to be. And you have the Seven of Swords, okay, the strategy card. So Gemini, this does indicate you need to be very smart, very sophisticated, and have a good strategy here if you want this to work out with this person. You could just choose to separate, which might be the best strategy of all, and say, you know what, you can have him, he's a loser. However, probably not going to do that. Okay, so we have this ego here with our King of Wands reversed. Ego wants to win. I'm going to win this thing. I'm not going to let this other person, there's just no way. I'm going to get my person back, and we're going to do it right, the way I want to do it. Okay, Gemini, so if you're coming from this sort of energy, that's somewhat understandable. You want to be in control. You want to have your own sense of closure before you guys do ultimately go your separate ways, if separation is where we're ultimately going. But, Gemini, you're very smart. You have a strategy. You need to use your strategy. What's happening here, Gemini, I think, is you're coming from your heart, and everyone else is using their head and being logical and strategic, and so they don't mess things up. But when you're coming from your heart, sometimes it's overdone and you make mistakes. There can be no mistakes here, Gemini, if you want this to go forward, okay? You just need to recognize that these two are not even a match. Nobody wants to be a second choice, and the other person knows they're just a second choice. And your person knows they messed everything up. that you are the perfect woman that all men dream of. Okay? Secrets came out, and you're just going, well, how the heck could you do that to me? I'm awesome. You got that arrogance. But that arrogance is now going over into a need to win. And that's fine. Get your strategy. But again, what is that strategy? I think part of it is waiting for the timing to be right and working with the timing that the universe gives us. This right here is indicating the winter season. When you have your wheel of fortune reversed, let's wait for winter. Things will be different because the two of them are also going to take a break. I'm not going to do anything. We don't need to communicate. They'll communicate. They'll try to get this going again. I'm going to give them no attention. Someone's coming towards us for attention. They don't deserve our attention. Let's not give them what they don't deserve. And that will put you right there front and center on their mind. Now, I hate to go about it that way, the whole game playing. If it was me, I would just ditch this person, but I can't tell you what to do. But I can tell you that a good strategy is needed. People want what they can't have. Let them earn their way back in, and think that they can't have you in any way, shape, or form. You cannot just pick up and text me and request my attention and I'm going to give it to you. Absolutely not. You need to catch up with me as I'm sneaking away with the 5 swords. You're lucky you even have 2 and you even still have my number, that I haven't changed it. And that's how we need to do that. Make them earn their way back in. And that's what I have for you, Gemini, the third party energy. Thanks again for being here with me, and we'll see you later.